For more than 40 years at Albuquerque Academy, Ed Baklini, also known as Mr. Back to his sixth graders, has taught history, including geography, economics, and world, U.S., and New Mexico history. Since joining the faculty of Albuquerque Academy, he has taught history to 6th, 7th, and 10th graders and coached baseball, softball, and basketball at all levels. It is estimated that Ed has taught or coached more than 4,000 Academy students. More remarkable is the obvious mutual respect among and between teacher and students in his classroom. Ed has bestowed upon generations of young scholars the simple wisdom that the secret to true learning is to make it meaningful.
My relationship with Mr. Back goes back 34 years. I got here in 1989 as a young kid, knew nothing about Academy. Very anxious, unsure about myself, but he was the one individual that took me in. I felt like I belonged here, I was accepted here, I trusted him, and he really put a belief in me that this was the right school for me.
Well, coming in from elementary school, I did not like history that much. I hadn't really had a good experience with it. It was rather boring. But Mr. Back, his classroom was very welcoming, and he just made history very exciting.
I was just blown away by, Mr. Back's approach and how he hooked the kids into history, not by talking just about names, dates, and places, but about stuff,
He was one of my favorite teachers, and he also made me fall in love with history. And I told him to make sure he was still teaching by the time my siblings got there, because I didn't want him to retire or anything, just so they could have the chance to have him as well.
I mean, he definitely stood out because of all the stories my brother told about him, but also the way he greeted us. He called us young scholars, I guess. So
yeah, he referred to all of his students as scholars, which I thought was very cool.
He has a very special place in my heart, in my journey along the way, and a lot of much of my success here at Academy and beyond should be credited to Mr. Back, because maybe I wouldn't have been here, maybe I would have left Academy, but it just takes that one person to believe in you and trust you and instill those values and beliefs, and now it's up to me to go make that mark. But he was one of those first people that really resonated with me here on campus.
I don't know, he just is so forgiving of everything. If you make a mistake, he's you learn from your mistakes, and every teacher says that, but he really means it.
One of the things that I've always been impressed with Mr. Back is, that I think has impressed his students, for many, many years, is he gives them a new awareness of who they are and what the society is like that they live in. He introduces them to things like economics in a way that's appropriate for someone at their age. And then he also, goes above and beyond to help them to become successful at taking tests, at, taking notes, at, learning how to read.
him singing "We Didn't Light the Fire" all the time, it was amazing.
We Didn't Start the Fire, which was a song that he played that had talking about history, and it's a song that rattles off all these historic events. So just memorizing the lyrics to that song, you're actually learning a lot.
He really makes everything fun and enjoyable. He calls himself the oldest teenager.
He made everything really exciting, so I was so excited to explore this decade, the 80s, in further depth, that I think he gave us the project in December right before winter break, and it wasn't due till the end of the school year in May, but I just wanted to launch right into it, so I spent my entire winter break working on it.
His way of teaching, he makes you want to come back to class and have history class every day.
Once I got to his class, learning about not just U.S. history, but the whole thing was awesome and definitely left an impact.
I always respected him as a coach. I knew he loved the game, he taught the game at a high level, and it's something that we've always been able to connect on over the years, especially with my career now as a basketball coach. I was very fortunate that I had a lot of really good coaches, and he was one of them along the way.
I think he wants to be the best teacher he can. He wants to get feedback and really use it, even if it just says you're amazing, because that's what probably most of them say in the box.
I think when you think back to the, why Academy was founded, it's not just about, being a good student. It's about being a good person and knowing how to be in a community. I think he kind of epitomizes the best of what the Academy stands for. Because when he prepares the kids, he has high standards for them. He found out where his heart really was, and he followed it. And and his life has been very rewarding.
He taught me how to learn, to grow, to push myself. He sacrificed for the good of his students. He was always there, always available, and taught me great discipline along the way. So I'm thrilled for him. He's much deserving of this award. I can't think of a better recipient, and it's an honor to call him a friend.